Hello, everybody. My name is Daniel. Welcome to the show here. And today I have Non-fungible Wonderfull. Shout
We
out to
here.
Non-fungible.
What's up? What's up?
How's it going, man?
Feeling wonderful, man. You know what I mean? It's another wonderful day in Pineapple Paradise. We living
Yeah.
good.
So, anyways, let's see here. Hey, real quick, what is the deal with the pineapple gang and all that? What's the story with that?
Come on, man. Pineapple Gang, that's some good vibes. And Pineapple Gang started in 2016, and my first project was named Pineapple Juice. And it was like these tropical vibes, and I would always have the pineapple juice with me because of it. And I started going to shows with the pineapple. We started smashing the pineapples at the shows and making all these tropical sounds. And the pineapple evolved over time to just a symbol of positivity and it's just sticking together because pineapples is made of a bunch of berries that form the pineapple. And it's almost a form of community as well. That's why I like to say pineapple gang. It's like we're all together.
And then some of these people will post like "gang got something to do with it." Well, and I don't know the reference. Is that one of your things?
Yeah, it's funny because bro, not you, who always say gang got something to do with it. It's because of this Ecomi video. So when Kyle Wilson first did the Omi circle, the one that everybody used,
Yeah.
I was like, Kyle Wilson got something to do with it. They got something to do with it. So then he was like, gang got something to do with it.
Yeah,
So that
yeah,
was
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, that's funny because I never understood what that meant because I even saw some of your videos and like I didn't hear you say it too much, but maybe I missed
Yeah.
it. But okay,
Yeah,
all
it's
right,
in this one video.
gotcha. All right, here. So let's maybe just get started with some questions. So I guess you have a YouTube channel. What made you want to start like a YouTube channel?
Yeah, so if you actually look on my first video on my YouTube channel, it's about me becoming a father, and at the time I was going through a lot of life changes and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel, kind of documenting my change and certain things that's going on. And when I found out about Ecomi, one day I was in Kyle Wilson's chat and he was like, "Oh, I want to see some family vlogs." I wasn't really vlogging as much, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a video about Ecomi today. And I dropped a video and a lot of people were just showing support. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna keep it going for real.
Nice. Yeah. What made you want to talk about like Ecomi content specifically?
So the thing that really made me want to talk about Ecomi was, when I first found out about Ecomi and I'm watching the Gale, I'm watching Cavell Anderson, and they really got me hype about what this could potentially be. So, I was trying to tell everybody about, Ecomi. I was trying to tell people in my family, oh, yo, these digital collectibles, this is going to be the future, NFTs. I'm telling everybody. Not too many people listened to me. Not too many people really was like, oh, yeah, this could be something. So, I made a YouTube channel really to vent and talk about, Ecomi and Vivi because I felt like everybody else, in my circle wasn't really understanding what I was talking about. And to see this community actually, understand it, it helped me to really vent and talk just about topics that I like.
Hmm. Yeah. The Gale says here, it's Family Blogs OG channel.
Yeah.
And I actually remember I watched you when you had that original name, and then I saw your non-fungible channel. I was like, man, that dude looks just like the guy on It's Family Blogs, but I wasn't sure, So I never wanted to say anything, But
Or yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, man. I changed the name. I was like, you know what? It's family vlogs is cool, but my channel started becoming more of Ecomi and NFTs. So I was like, I'm gonna change it to non-fungible wonderful. And the wonderful name, this is on my shirt, but everybody calls me it's wonderful or wonderful. And non-fungible wonderful is like, a mixture like the crypto and just wonderful. So that's how I came up with that new name.
there's a question here in the chat from Jose. I wanted to talk about it since he brought it up here. It says, "Let's go, buddies. Give us some light on this darkness. Why is not mooning Omi? Why is Omi not mooning? Is by far the best crypto project. Where is the big money, the smart money?" Yeah, that's kind of a big topic in the community. I don't know if you want to take a moment and talk about that.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about this because I feel like, this is one of the questions that, I had for a while at the beginning. Because, when I first heard about Vivi Nikomi, I was watching Cavel's video today and he was talking about how he came from Dogecoin to Ecomi. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing I did. Like, I came from somebody telling me, yo, invest in Dogecoin. It was 5 cents. And one day, I went to my brother-in-law house, the one who told me about it. And then Dogecoin is shooting up that day. And it showed me like, oh, crypto can really just go from 0 to 100 at any moment. So, when I found out about Ecomi, I started putting, my money into Ecomi, kind of thinking that I was going to get those same gains once, they start doing these drops, when certain things start happening. And then I realized, wait, every time there's a drop, the price goes down. So then it made me kind of rethink what was actually going on. So, I went back into the white paper. I saw that there is, certain percentages that they need right now for marketing, for licensing, for all of these different things. And it made me realize that Ecomi is a business right now. It is a business. So they have certain things that they need to pay for. And, there's money being moved around because right now, when these Marvel drops happen, who, once that money gets taken out, Marvel needs to get paid. Simone Legno needs to get paid. Ron English needs to get paid. So when you have money funneling in and out, there's certain things that's happening in the background with the token that is going to affect the price in a different way. But, because of the burns and everything, in the future, when they have, a lot more money in the app, I don't think we're going to be seeing what we see now. The tokenomics is going to look a bit different, in the future. So I feel like, Omi is not mooning because right now it doesn't really need to moon. And also it's in the early stages of things being needed to be paid for, behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's interesting that you brought that up about. I've actually never thought about this, but maybe you being an artist kind of understands like artists need to be paid, and how are they going to get paid? They're going to get paid from probably like maybe something related to the Omi token. Maybe it's sold. Who knows what's truly going on in the background? But I remember really early on this year there was a correlation where there's a drop, a drop's coming, the price goes up, and then the drop happens shortly thereafter, just kind of goes down. And I was always like, what is that like a trader? Like, what does that represent? And we'll never know, but that's an interesting perspective because you're right. They're getting paid from these sales, right? And they need to
Yeah.
get paid relatively quickly, within a couple weeks, maybe a month or so,
Hmm.
So that's actually really interesting there. So let's see here. So what made you bullish on Ecomi?
So what really made me bullish? Because, when I found out about Ecomi, I really found every dollar that I could spare to put into this project. And I think one of the videos that really made me, very bullish was Cavell Anderson, man. Like his
Oh
videos really
yeah.
had me hype. Like I'm like he'll be dropping them at like 3 in the morning. I'll be watching these and I'm like, bruh, this project is too max. So, I started really investing in it. And that's when I really invested into the token because originally, I found out about the actual NFTs because I think there was a YouTube channel, Crypto Maniac, and he talked about how, these NFTs are worth something. And, I bought like a Batman and a Joker early on. And one day I realized everything was sold out in the app. And that's when I realized how big Ecomi was going to be.
Gotcha. This is kind of a random question, but do you remember Beanie Babies?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay. Yeah. Big in the 90s, right? And I was actually thinking about doing a video about this because I was thinking about it. But if you remember, like, it kind of reminds me of NFTs a little bit because this guy makes these Beanie Babies and he manipulates the supply. So, like, if one isn't doing well, he'll like stock up on them and not sell them. And then all of a sudden that shoots up in value. And it kind of makes me think like, could NFTs, digital collectibles, do you think it could be like a Beanie Baby bubble? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I definitely do think so, because, I was even talking to my brother about this yesterday and I was saying, the more I learned about NFTs, the more I understand that what we're going through right now with these super high prices on these projects, with everybody paying all of this money for, these different NFTs, that is going to change. NFTs is not, necessarily about these high price pieces of art. It's more about authentication. It's more about everything being recorded and having that digital library of everything. So I think that IP is going to matter. In the future, there's certain things like if you have something licensed directly from a brand, that will matter way more than all of these other things out there, because they're not verified by the original people. So that's why I'm so bullish on Ecomi and Vivi. And I think that like Gary Vee says, there will be so many projects right now that can have that Walt Disney effect. They can have that Mickey Mouse. They can create that new Ninja Turtles, but it just depends on how they do it, because every project is not going to do that. So I feel like we're in a bubble right now with certain projects, but once it bursts, you know, the intellectual property and the authentication of what's real is going to last.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. That's interesting because with Beanie Babies, I think that bubble was like it was 5 years or something like that from when he started creating it, and then peak value, then it had plummeted by the early like 2000s or something like that. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you make something that's crap, it's gonna, people might buy it and flip it because it's a bubble, but when the bubble bursts, I mean, definitely if it's crap, it's not going to hold its value, right? So that's one advantage I think Vivi has is they have legit uh, licensors, right? So
Yeah.
for sure. So do you collect any Vivi collectibles?
Yeah, I actually do collect. Right now I'm an OG VV holder, so I've been collecting kind of anything I could get my hands on, really. Anything I could really afford, I just kind of collect. Spider-Man, whether it's those Batmans or something from Cartoon Network. I try to get, a lot. Right now, I don't have the most collectibles. I have like 43. And, I've been just trying to collect as much as I can. I would say right now, I'm still waiting for, like, even though I like, a lot of the things that dropped, I'm still waiting for some of my favorite brands to hop on. And right now, I'm not going to even say I know what that is, because it could be something with music, it could be something with, anime. And, once those hop on, I feel like, I'm going to start selling off some of my collectibles and kind of investing into the other ones. But right now, I'm just collecting. It's my first time collecting. I've never really been a collector like that. But this is my first time, and, it's a very enjoyable process.
Mm-hmm. Crystal Poindexter says, any thoughts on the drop this week?
Yeah, so, we know this is Marvel month. One of the things I noticed about Vivi and Ecomi is not only are they doing their drops, with major brands, but I'm pretty sure that these major brands have, promo um, type of deals that go on with Vivi. I was in Target yesterday and I saw this Ecto One. It was a Lego Ecto One, and it to me, I don't really know. I notice coincidences, and when I see like, oh, Target's promoting Ecto One, Vivi just dropped the Ecto One in their platform, and Ghostbusters Afterlife is coming soon. That shows me that they have certain connections in terms of what's actually going on the outside as well as with the app. So with this week, they they put on Instagram this what if Marvel thing. And what if is a new cartoon series that Marvel is having. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something that was, new from this new upcoming show. And I would love to see, something like that come into the app.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we're just going to have Marvel drops for the rest of the month?
Yeah, I think so. I think it might be a Marvel month, and then, next month, football month. So I wonder
Yeah.
how that's going to work.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not really a big sports fan, so that's kind of like not my thing. But I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people that are like, wait for like NFL season, wait for the NFL drops. I mean, I think that'll be big for a big segment of the population for sure.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Do you think they got Pokemon in Disney? I know there's a lot of speculation, but do you think they actually have it?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Alcon already said that David Yu still has the license to Pokemon, and with Disney, I feel like that's why they charge such a high percent with the Marvel drops because there's a lot more people that need to be paid, with that type of partnership. So I definitely think that those two, are kind of confirmed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So another question from Crystal. The tokens unlocked today. Oh, that's just a comment. Tokens unlocked. Let's just talk about that.
Hmm.
People always talk about. I mean, I think the token unlock was yesterday, to be honest. But
Or
yeah, do you think that's a lot of FUD, or do you think there's some merit to the fact that tokens unlock, founders could dump? I mean, I think a lot of it's debunked by this point, but there's still a lot of people out there that believe that as soon as those unlocks happen, founders are dumping to get their cash out or something like that.
yeah, I think that when those unlocks happen, it's kind of just people who think that maybe there's a possibility that they might dump. So I'm gonna take my money out real quick, and when I see everything is good, I'm gonna put it back in. I think that people just want to make sure that they're not gonna get rug pulled or something. But yeah, I don't think that the founders are gonna do that. One of the things that made me very confident in Vivi and Ecomi is that they have a lot on their shoulders and they have a lot of pressure on them right now to really be the best company that they can be. So, there's a lot of people holding them accountable right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I there's like a spreadsheet going around. You may have seen it, but it has a lot of the founder wallets, and I've looked at every single one of them.
Yeah.
And the vast majority of the ones that with big money, like billions of tokens, it hasn't moved at all. And if I saw a bunch of tokens all of a sudden being like dumped rapidly, that's usually an indication that there's something weird going on. But to me, when they're holding them, I mean, if you truly think this is a 100x project, and the founders would know more than us, but if you really think that, obviously you're not going to be dumping all your tokens now. You're going to wait a couple years. You're working really hard. You want a big payoff in 5-10 years, and you're going to hold every token.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this project is going to make the founders, billionaires, maybe billionaires. So this is going to be something that they need to hold in order to maintain their status and their wealth. Like we already know, like David Yu, he's already a millionaire, and this is something that a millionaire wants to be a billionaire. They have certain goals that they want to reach as well. So I feel like they see where they're going, and that's why I also have that same vision because I just think that this team is gonna they want to do major things in their lives, and they showed themselves to not want to settle to always be the best that they can be. Like David Yu, he's a person that I look up to because I even talked to him the other day and I asked him if he wants to do an interview, and he was saying, "Look, it's going to
Oh,
take 3 days to interview me." He said, I started working when I was 16. He said he used to sell Easter eggs and stuff. So David Yu, he has been doing this for years. Like that's my guy. I'm supposed to do a trade with him, and I was thinking about what I was going to trade for him today because I'm supposed to give him my Omi coins that of the NFTs I made. But I'm thinking like now I might try to trade for a secure wallet. You feel me?
for sure, man. Hey, so do you have a David Yu interview lined up with him in your pocket?
So, I talked to him about it. I don't have anything lined up right now, but he said he was willing to. So I'm just waiting for the right time. I'm gonna reach out to him again, but that could be something big.
Yeah, no, that'll be huge for your channel, man. I mean, you'd be like top YouTuber.
where I'm about to make that
New
happen.
Canal. Yeah, I think I mean Taps had that Reese interview, and that was really, really good.
Yeah,
And
man.
yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know, like I feel like these guys are like the most open company you could possibly have. You know what I mean?
Bro, the
Like people are
best.
talking about how they're like, they're like hiding stuff or they're not transparent. I'm like, they have like an AMA every week They have interviews with the community. I mean, what else do you want them to do? Like come over to your house and like, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
you know what I mean? Like it's what else you want them to do, man? It's crazy. So
Bro, this is one of the best communities, man. I'm saying, like, I don't even know how the founders and the people in Ecomi even have the time to even talk to us like this. But, they always are caring. They're always, strong in their opinions about the company. They always understand how big and massive it's going to be. And when they talk about it, I also get hyped because I'm like, yo, these people are doing this every day. They know what it's gonna be. Reese, he is a great person, man. Like Reese, I have a lot of respect for him and I appreciate him a lot. You know what I mean? Because I feel like he's one of those people that really is one of the heart and soul of Ecomi, man. You know what I mean? He really always reaching out to people, always showing support, always is, trying to make sure everybody's good. And bro, it's just been an amazing journey, and the team has just been so key in that, man.
yeah, for sure. I totally agree. This is a good question from Nile. Have you seen Nile's YouTube channel by any chance?
Yo, man, yo, shout out to Now. He going hard with YouTube, and he giving out that great information. His presentations is on point, and he always gives a good solid stand on his thoughts, and he's not too biased. He really has a real center viewpoint of what's going on in the community and Ecomi. So I appreciate Now, and yo, get him to 1,000 subs. You feel me? He about to get that tattoo of Ecomi, man.
At 1,000 subs, really?
Yeah, yeah.
He should have said like 10,000 subs, man. I mean,
Hey, look.
1,000.
Hey, look, 1,000, bro. You gotta do it now.
That's not. Do you guys think VV is ready for mass adoption? Personally, I still think we need the foundations in place to facilitate it. MTL immutable.
Yeah, I think that EV right now, I don't think that we're ready for mass adoption because the biggest problem with what's going on right now is the fact that you can't convert, gems to cash. You can't take the money at the app. You can't. They're not fully on immutable. These are things that's going to limit what's going to happen with mass adoption. Because let's say 1 million new users come through on the app, they're not going to be able to. They're going to have to transfer, everything to immutable X or whatever that process is. And I feel like that's too much for a lot of people to do because there's a lot of room for error. And if Ecomi wants to eliminate that, they'll make sure that they, do what they need to in terms of the MTL and immutable X now, so that when that does happen, there won't be anything else that somebody would need to do once they already have the app.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that sentiment as well. I mean, there's just a lot we need. I feel like by the end of 2021, so going into 2022, I think that's when we'll be ready, right? Because we'll have the
Yeah.
VVverse, the migration would have happened. We would have taken care of a lot of small issues that we've seen throughout the year. I mean, there's going to be some OMI utility added onto the token. So I personally think that's when we're going to be ready. But speculation, of course. Yeah. So
Yeah, man.
let's see. Let me take this last super chat here, and then I can continue with some other more personal questions. So Kurt says, thanks for the donation there. Why shout mainstream buy VVNFT if Google has AR sticker like Star Wars for free? These looks better than Spider-Man and more animated.
Yeah, well, with VV NFTs, this is not about augmented reality. This is not about what it looks like as much as it is about how it's being authenticated. Right now they're stamping, the first ever NFT of Marvel. This is the first ever NFT of Spider-Man. So yes, they have AR stickers, but if you look at a CryptoPunk, these are 24 pixels and it's a JPEG that has been authenticated. CryptoPunk started off as free and it worked its way up to this. So, Google does have these AR stickers, and in the future, there's going to be so much more NFTs that are looking way better than a lot of things that we see right now. But it's not really about what it's looking like. It's not really even about its function and utility. And the fact that we have that function and utility is amazing. This is supposed to give that vibe of a collectible, a statue or an action figure that you can play with. The same way that the Spider-Man animated NFT is right now, is think of it as like, an action figure where it's like, an action figure, you kind of just move it around real quick, do what you want with it, take your pictures, and that's it. But in the future, there's going to be more different things. Gaming is going to be big with NFTs. So that is where you're going to look for more of that utility. But the free stickers, they're just free, and they're not on a blockchain. So this is a bit different.
Yeah, I think the authentication piece, people kind of don't really value that too much, but you take someone like Randy Chavez who like sold a bunch of these Pokemon cards for a lot of money. I guess you could have just forged one or like counterfeited one, but obviously that doesn't hold the same value as a legit Pokemon card, and I think
Yep.
that's a good example of why authentication really matters, and it matters in everything we do in life. Fakes aren't worth as much as the real deal.
Yeah, man.
So let's see here. Big question here. I heard you quit your job in order to work full time on YouTube and art. So what made you want to do this? What was the story there?
So with my job, this was something that has, helped me out for, the last year. And, I was doing a lot of things in pharmaceutical advertising where I was creating different ads. I was doing a lot of document edits. And, I'm using multiple programs. I'm a person that has went to school for interactive media, and I've been doing graphic design since I was a kid. And, doing this job was, major for me, and it was allowing me to have a consistent stream of income, every month, and with a family to support that is needed. But once I found out about Ecomi and Vivi, I really started to see the possibilities of where the future was headed. I started to see, how NFTs were going to be implemented, and I felt like what I was doing, I wasn't passionate about. And I started becoming so passionate about Vivi that, I started to focus more on, being a person that works for myself, freelancing for myself, and also being on YouTube and talking about this topic. Like this right now, I feel like it's a major pivotal time in history, and I'm glad to be a part of that. So I definitely wanted to spend more time doing this and focusing on rather than my job. My job, it's always going to be there, and even if that one job isn't, there's going to be another. So me, I'm a natural born entrepreneur, and I always feel like I have that talent and that skill that I built up over years that will allow me to be good in any situation.
That's awesome, man. Were you ever like scared about like, oh, I won't have a regular paycheck. I got a family. What if things go south?
Yeah, man. I was, when everything first happened, I had a good spirit at first, and opportunities were coming to me right away. But I had days where I was feeling very, nervous about my future. I was like, wait, like, am I kind of bugging out for quitting my job? And is my mom right? Should I have not quit? Like, are my family people telling me like, yo, maybe you rushed it? And at first I was kind of nervous, and I just remember this one day, I was walking down the street because we had like a gas shortage, and I ended up going into this museum, and there was these people that were painting on the wall, and there was like this whole 90s museum. And I kind of told them, I was actually telling them about Vivi and Ecomi and just showing them like my collectibles. And I was telling them like, yo, this is the best project. I was just still just very, energized about Vivi and Ecomi. And I was telling them like, yo, this thing made me quit my job because I was so focused on it. And at the time I was nervous, and they were saying, look, we're all entrepreneurs and we make it work. You're going to be able to make it work for yourself and for your family. And that was just another confirmation that showed me like, yo, keep going, man. Like, don't look back. And honestly, it's been one of the best decisions I've made thus far, in my career.
Mark says here, my goal is to start Ecomi content next week once I wrap up wedding videography season. And I say this all the time. I believe like if you want to do a YouTube channel, just do it. especially if it's Ecomi related. I mean, the algorithm will boost you up to where you need to be at. But do you have any tips for someone like Mark starting out a YouTube channel?
Definitely. And Mark, he's a videographer. So, I definitely understand what your lane is. So it's like, with you starting Ecomi content, definitely add some type of flair that you can incorporate your skill and talents into with your channel. So let's say you do videography, you could do some videography of the collectibles in different locations and kind of still use those skills to spice up your channel in a different way.
That's good advice, actually. I think if you try to just do something very generic, like what everyone else is doing, it's not going to do well. But if you add your own personal flair, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. But I think that really supports your brand and makes you stand out amongst the crowd, But that's good advice there. So I guess where did you learn to design and create NFTs?
So, how I learned to design was, this is actually funny because my dad, he had sent me and my sister to summer school one summer. And in that summer school, I learned three major in my life. I learned how to cook, I learned how to use GarageBand, and I also learned how to do like keynotes and Photoshop. And from there, I always was, focused on music and graphics. And I went to school for it. I went to Seton Hall University. And when creating the NFTs, I learned a little bit about 3D. So I started to get back into it and I create like, different 3D objects that you can even place into augmented reality for my NFTs. And right now, I'm really building out this business and I have like so many great things coming and I have major brands coming. So I'm happy about the direction that we're going.
Can you I know you probably can't share kind of stuff related to what brands you have, but I know you just started this business, but can you tell us how well you're doing, maybe your gross sales numbers if you're able to give that out or if you want to?
I would say right now, we're doing great in sales and we've gotten the attention of, different brands. So right now I have a lot of different artists that are willing to partner with NFTwonderland.org, and they also see like the type of quality we have. I can't release all the sales now, but one day I will and I'll show people like what we have accomplished maybe in a year. So I'm excited about what's going on right now.
Do you think in a couple of years you can support yourself with an NFT sales?
Oh, yes, for sure. I would say right now, I've already been doing much better than even working at my job with NFTs. So, like, what I've been making at my job, the NFTs have been helping me to surpass that. And this has allowed me to actually invest into NFTs. So, like, one of the things that I invested in recently was an iPad Pro, which has the LiDAR camera sensing, where now I can do augmented reality much better. I invested into different business cards and different programs that I'm going to be able to use for my website. So, we're always updating and investing to make sure that this can, go further.
Honestly, I'll be honest. I don't know much about like NFTs and how to actually buy them if it's not related to Vivi. So, can you take us through like what the process is to buy one of your NFTs and how I could showcase it?
Yeah, so this is actually perfect because, with my website, one of the major, influences I had was from Ecomi and Vivi. So the same way that, you can buy a NFT without using crypto, I do the same thing with my site. So you can go on my website, you can pay for it like you're paying for merch or something on the website, and you get the NFT delivered to your wallet. So also, with some of my NFTs in the description, there's a link that links to that NFT in augmented reality. So if you have, let's say, the Omicorn or you have the Gale pineapple in the description, you can click it and now you can actually access, augmented reality and take pictures with it.
Oh, that's cool. How do you like? I see on some of your videos, you'll actually have it on the video. How do you do that? How do you like project it? I guess, for the lack of a better word.
Yeah, so the way I project it is through the augmented reality. So, I'm able to make the different 3D objects. I do the 3D modeling. And then after it, I use this one program that's connected to the NFT. and they're able to just, use an AR. They could do it right from the website. So that's like the perfect, pair.
Have a question from John here. John Doe says, where do you see the OMI price going once they announce utility and all the uses?
So, I definitely see OMI price going up way farther from here. And I do have a little conspiracy about the OMI price. So, now I was watching Niall's video the other day, and I watched a little bit of it real quick, and it was about, what is going to happen when the MTL is released, when people are able to take and convert the cash to gems and all that. What is going to happen to the price of VV? What's going to happen to the app? And right now, I don't know. I think that once that happens, Ecomi maybe will set it off with a certain price increase, but it has to be planned. So like, I think that something major will happen, but I think it's going to benefit everybody that's invested. And once they announce utility, like, and when you say utility, that's kind of when that immutable X transfer happens. There's no utility until everything is on immutable X. So when I see that transfer happening, I definitely see a price increase. Hopefully back to 1 cent. But I can't really say. I can't really say. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the immutable thing is definitely going to shoot up the price. And, I'm really hoping we hit at least 1 cent by the end of the year. I mean, I would be very disappointed if it didn't. I'm hoping for a little bit more as well. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the immutable thing is going to set up a chain of events where we start to really snowball. So, I mean, honestly, if I was a trader, I'm not a professional trader, but this is a great opportunity to buy OMI at pretty cheap prices. I think it's trading at like 3.130 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably going to be some real cheap prices. So if you bought now, wait for immutable to roll out, I think you can easily, hopefully, just double your money. I'm hoping we get to like 5.0 or 6.0 after immutable migration and after it all settles.
Mm-hmm.
But I think regardless, big things are going to be happening from here on out till the end of the year for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the same way. Like, I invested originally at 0.005, and I have not seen, like, 0.005 has been out of the picture for so long that it just seems like, yo, did that even happen? Like, so I definitely think that we're gonna go around those numbers and higher. Like, 1 cent, over 1 cent is definitely something that we should see before the end of the year. That's something that I'm hoping to see. And I think, Ecomi wants that to happen as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I bought my first OMI at like, I think it was either 7.8 or 8.0, something like that. But it kind of sucked because I used Ethereum to buy it, and
Mm.
Ethereum was going up and then OMI was going down. So it's like I
All
was losing
right.
money both ways. You know what I mean? It kind of sucked, but it's okay. I bought a lot at these low prices for sure.
That's good.
Um, so what are your future plans for the next 2 years?
Next 2 years. So, in these next 2 years, I'm definitely focusing on NFTwonderland.org, focusing on YouTube, and really, diving deep into the NFT space and augmented reality. In these next 2 years, one of the things that I know is going to happen is, augmented reality glasses and the mass adoption of VR. So with those things, I want to position myself as a leader in that space in terms of creating these, AR models on the NFT blockchain and really creating a sustainable business. I have some big ideas right now that I can't wait to execute on. I've already started. I've already did prototyping for, what I'm going to do with my business. But, I just can't wait to invest into that. Like, one of the things that quitting my job really, kind of helped me think of is the future of when I actually am, very wealthy. And once I am in that position, I want to use that money to create. I am a natural person that likes to create different things. And, I want to create my own NFT wallet. I want to create my own metaverse. I want to create these different things that will allow me to, have a platform that can even help people.
Gotcha. I got a question from Matthew. It's kind of interesting here. Are either of you guys surprised about the amount of unstable personalities you now come in contact in the VV community? It seems to make people angry for no reason often.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's funny that you say that because I have noticed that, recently there have been so many people kind of just mad, and I understand that, people thought that they were going to be rich quick. And that's another reason why I started the YouTube channel because I kind of was having so much pressure in terms of looking into the future. Like I was really imagining myself being rich, like, oh yo, if I'm rich by this time, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And I really thought about my rich self. And I think a lot of people were thinking, like, all right, I'm gonna put, you know, 10,000 in and I'm gonna have 20,000 by in 2 months. And when they don't see that happen right away, it kind of just gives them a sour taste of like, oh, now they're trying to sell us a $400 Spider-Man. Now they're trying to do this. So they're so feeling like they're played with. They feel like they're being, manipulated by the company and all of these different people. Like there's people that are mad at me on my channel, but so far I've just been speaking my mind and I'm super happy with my investment. I've risked a lot to do this. I quit my job to do this. So there's not a reason for me to go back on my beliefs. I already understand what we're going into and I've took a lot more risk than certain people, but some people might have took a lot of risk with their money. And sometimes that could affect them in a negative way. So I feel like, they're angry about it because anytime they see any type of FUD or any type of person's perspective that seems to be right, then they kind of attach onto that, like, yeah, I was scammed. And they start having these negative kind of reactions. But I'm wishing good for everybody, man.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I feel like most of that ill will, it's because people are losing money and they're starting to get frustrated. They see all these promises and then the token price goes down. But see, on one hand, I say like, you definitely don't want to invest more than what you can reasonably put into it, right? But on the other hand, there's a bunch of people that already did that at 1 cent. So I understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, you don't want to be like incredibly toxic, right? Some people are
Yeah.
just so toxic, bro.
Yeah, I know.
So Mike says, what's the next Ecomi rapper tune going to be?
Hey, I was supposed to make the Spider-Man anthem. I even had a beat made. There was just so much going on at the time. Like it was my daughter's birthday, and I want to make sure I give her my full attention that day, and really, give her my attention. But right now, I definitely want to come out with some new tunes. I was working on some stuff yesterday, and I'm definitely gonna drop something soon. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be in the lab. I got the setup right here, so I'm gonna be doing a couple things.
Where did you I mean, I guess you make your own beats. Is that what you said?
Yeah, so sometimes I make my own beats. Sometimes I have beats sent to me. This one I worked on a beat with. I made my Amazing Spider-Man 2 remix. So, but I didn't put it out because there was just certain things that I wasn't really. It wasn't really clicking. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just wait. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel like because you have to pay money for beats, right? I mean, for really good ones from top production artists or something. I mean,
Yeah.
it's expensive, right?
Yeah, it's expensive, but some of the beats I use, I bought for like it was like two for one. It might be like $50. And I mix and master everything. So when I'm doing like the songs, I'm doing all my vocals, I'm doing all the sound effects. And I used to work in a lot of different studios. I've been doing music for a long time. Like when I was in high school, I used to mix for myself. I used to mix for people, my friends. Then I started doing like engineering in studios and I have a lot of knowledge of how to mix and make the sound good.
Yeah, I remember your to me your famous video was the Diamonds Are Forever video, Ecomi video. That was
Right.
so awesome, man. I mean, I could see myself just in my car bumping that. It was that good, and a lot of
Thank you.
people felt that way. A lot of people felt that way.
Yeah, like a lot of like that song really did so much. And when I made that song, I just felt like, man, I was just vibing, man. I was just vibing to that song. And when you reacted to that song, it really helped my channel out a lot. It helped a lot of people who even find out about my and other people started reacting to it. So like that was really major, and it was my birthday around that time. So that whole song and that whole era, like that means a lot to me, man.
Omi the Clown says, I keep seeing people say Spider-Man secondary price is crashing. It's not. The common is negative or is negative from drop price by 7%. Everything else is at least 30% over. What do you think about the like the secondary market in general? Like on one hand, before the drop, we saw a lot of the prices kind of, I wouldn't say crashing, but they were definitely going down. And then Spider-Man popped up, and then we have these prices now. What do you think of the secondary market? Is it healthy?
So with the secondary market, I feel like there are always a lot of different factors affecting it. When a new drop is coming, you see the prices going down every time it's drop day. Sometimes you see some ridiculous offers, and the secondary market is one of those things where we can't really gauge too much. I don't really look at it that much, because when I see projects going for 50 ETH and 70 ETH, I think that right now a lot of the NFTs on Vivi are undervalued. So I think this is the best time to buy. So when you see these prices going down, when you see a decrease of it, it's the perfect time to buy. If you're a type of person that likes to flip and wants to be an NFT trader, I feel like this is the time where you start to coop up and grab as many collectibles as you can to set yourself up for the future.
I don't know if you saw that Cavell video, but he was talking about the hoverboard Viviverse business. And I saw like a Twitter post later, or I think it was on Twitter, but this guy had bought it looked like almost 100 hoverboards, because his thought is that eventually he can rent those out in the Viviverse. Now, to me, I think that's incredibly speculative. We don't even know if you can do that with the hoverboards, but what are your thoughts on something like that?
Yeah. I think it's very speculative right now, but with what can potentially happen with these NFTs, we don't really know yet. And I think that that's one of the big questions of having faith right now in this project. It's like, is this going to be something where we're able to put it on, gaming? Oh yeah. And actually, this is something that I think we could kind of consider. So PlayStation 5, I'm not gonna say that they have a partnership with Ecomi and Vivi, but we already know Sony does. And if the Viviverse is able to be on console, that would take this to a whole nother level. If you're able to, because you gotta think about what blockchain does with NFTs. Right now they have Fortnite. I just saw that GTA 5 is gonna have NFTs. Fortnite apparently is gonna have NFTs. Vivi is an NFT Walmart where you could take these NFTs to different games and metaverses. So if I was able to see a Vivi NFT being taken from the app to a PlayStation 5, then I think that we could see something major happen with that. So, right now it's a lot of speculation, but I think that we can't really say like, all right, it's not going to happen, because we don't know what extent NFTs is going to take gaming to, and gaming is going to be one of the major things in Vivi and Ecomi right now.
I saw something on Telegram. It was Reese. He was talking about the light layer of gamification. And do you have any thoughts on that? Because on one hand, I feel like people think of the Viviverse as Ready Player One by the end of the year, which obviously that's not going to happen. So some people are going to be disappointed. But light gamification sounds like, a small minor game, right? What do you think about that?
Yeah, so when I think about light gamification, I think about something that is easy to play on the phone right now, and something that won't crash somebody's phone. Because right now we're already seeing people, they could barely use their showroom sometimes because of so many different NFTs in it. And a light game will be something nice. I feel like once the VR headsets come and once the AR headsets, that's when we'll see really more immersive games where you're able to do stuff. But because we're still using the phones, I don't think they want to do too much gamification that is too extensive. So even like a little AR game where you could, do like an Angry Bird type of effect. I feel like it's cool for now. And originally I thought they were going to use gaming and crypto together, but it doesn't seem like you're going to be able to earn crypto much. So I wonder what type of games they'll have.
I remember you talked about the AR headsets, and actually I haven't done any research on that, but what is your thought on like the Apple potential VR headsets or VR headsets in general coming to Vivi? Do you think that's going to actually happen, or
Yeah,
what?
so I definitely think that that will happen soon because I've been doing a lot of research on Apple's headset and their AR glasses. And first, I thought that AR glasses were going to come first, but I think that VR headsets are going to come first. And with the Apple Store, they're already saying that people are building apps directly for a AR and VR, um, like an app store, and just for games like that. So I feel like Vivi, Reese already said in one interview that they're testing for wearables. So if they're testing for wearables, then they're also creating an app based on the wearables platform. So I feel like, you know, once that happens, it's going to be major. And with the Apple headset, I feel like there's so much room for mass adoption with that. When Apple releases a headset, everybody's gonna want to get it. When they release the AR glasses, everybody's gonna want to get it. It's like the iPhone. Everybody wants that blue message bar. And even if a lot of older people don't adopt to it, definitely the younger generation will because there are so many different things. And for Vivi to have gamification already done, NFTs where you could make money on it, that is going to have such a room for people to gravitate towards Vivi when this app store does open up, when VR is heavily adopted.
So you think we're going to see VR glasses first before
Ye-
AR?
Yeah, I think Apple still hasn't really done what they need to do in the VR headset space. And right now, you have the Oculus, you have different VR headsets, but I was watching this video and they were saying how the AR glasses of Apple are still in its early beta modes, and they even said that there was this thing where the glasses exploded on somebody's face and they had like eye injuries. Yeah, so like Apple still has some things that they need to work out, and Apple wants to do it the best. I'm pretty sure that Apple has prototypes they can release, but if they released it, it will cause so many problems. They want to make sure that it's the best, and they're incorporating lidar technology. But the VR headsets that they're creating also have augmented reality features, so it's not like the VR headset won't be able to do augmented reality. It will, but it won't be as sleek as AR glasses.
Yeah, I think even I mean you're right about that, but the Oculus and things like that. There's a lot of mainstream options if you want to do VR and a lot of support for that. So it makes sense for them to introduce that first before AR. But I think this is pure speculation, but once we see VR headsets combined with Omi, I mean that would be so cool. Like that would be so
Yeah.
social, just getting together with your friends and I mean, that'd be way better than just like Facebook messaging or like Instagram or something like that.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I was telling a lot of people. It's like the easiest way for me to explain NFTs to people now is when they say, "Oh, what is an NFT?" I'd say this. So imagine we're in a metaverse where you have your own house. It's not like the internet where you can just download a picture. You have to use whatever assets you have in that world, and you could transfer them around to different worlds, and they have value that other people can trade or buy. So when you think of NFTs, think of it as your digital assets if you are a digital avatar living in the internet. And I feel like that kind of helps them understand, like, okay, this is a whole new life that we're about to enter in terms of our daily everyday.
Yeah. Well, we are coming to the end of our interview and the end of our time. So, non-fungible, do you have anything you want to tell us or anything you want any thoughts before we wrap up?
Yeah, I would say right now, thank you to everybody that's been supporting. Thank you to the Ecomi team. I'm so grateful, and I always want to bring that good knowledge and whatever's on my mind. With my channel, I always try to talk about what's real to me and how I think and view what's going on with Ecomi and the NFT space in general. And I'm working hard to create a platform myself to bring that same experience and IP that Vivi and Ecomi are. And they showed me a lot of what we can do. And I always want to bring that quality. So, always stay positive, always support everybody in the community. And, when you have negative feelings about what's going on, definitely do some more research. You don't always have to be negative right away. And just know that we're all in this together. We're all taking risks. And I'm just thankful for the support. And I think that we all could do major things right now.
Awesome, man. Well, Non-fungible, thank you for giving me this time to talk to you. Guys, if you want to check out his YouTube channel, if you haven't already, there's a link in the description below. Go check out his channel, like some of his videos, check out his music and NFTs. And I appreciate you guys for coming. I'll see you in the next one, okay?
See you in the next one. Also, real quick. There is breaking news. They said the Polygon network just got hacked. 600 million is stolen.
Let's since we have you on here, let's just take a look at that.
Yeah, I think we should look at that real quick. That's crazy, man. So, and this is one of the things that we have to be wary of with crypto, man.
It is Polygon.
Oh, Poly Network?
Yeah, I thought that was just some crap, but
that's crazy.
Actually, I think Poly Network is different from Polygon.
Oh, it is?
I mean, I don't know much about Poly or Polygon in general. Let's just see. That would be huge, actually, if that actually
Hundreds of millions. DeFi Poly Network.
Yeah, I think Poly Network is different from Polygon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is it? Let's see. What do you guys have any comments about? A Polygon is Matic. Okay. Yeah, so maybe not as big of news as we thought, but
all right, good. All right, perfect.
Yeah. I think it's but that's the danger with crypto, right? It's I mean, I was in Bitcoin back in like 2013, and then you had to get your coins from this exchange in Japan, and you had to wire money there, and like that got hacked. Exchanges go down all the time. They did have rug pulls and stuff like that. So it's like a big part of crypto still is getting hacked and stuff. So definitely something you got to look out for.
Or be careful out here, guys.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you all. We'll see you guys in the next one. Okay.
Peace.